Today I want to talk about physical copies of a game versus digital only copies of a game.
What's on Jay's mind?
I get asked this all the time. Me and Billy get asked this all the time whenever we go to a convention. What do you think the future of gaming is? Where do you think the future is going? Where is it headed? Is it going to be download only? Blah, 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 blah. My opinion on that is unfortunately, I think we are headed in the way of digital downloads only, digital copies only of games. Here's the problem with that. It's kind of, okay, I like it and I don't, okay? I like it from one aspect because it allows small-time developers who don't have the budget to mass produce or to ship out or to, do the packaging and all that kind of stuff. It allows them to get out there, get their name out there, because there are a lot of independent games being made. So it's good for them. They can make a game, they can throw it up on PSN or Xbox Live, or I don't even know what the hell they call it there, whatever. So I think it's good for the little guy. Where I don't like it is for a lot of those same reasons, how it cuts back on cost. A lot of big time game developers are starting to do digital only as well. Now here's the problem with this, whether you're big, small, whatever the case may be. I personally have been bitten in the ass, so to speak, with the download only game. I've had a game downloaded on my PlayStation 3 and then my PS3 yellowed, and it was never able to be brought back to life. The first time it happened, I was good to go for a few months, happened again, took it back into the shop. It was good for a few months, happened again, took it back into the shop. It got to a point where I was just spending so much money on getting it repaired, I might as well have bought a new one, so I did. I go to download games that I had downloaded. So, you have your account, you have your profile, whatever, and all that is stored in the cloud, I guess, so to speak, if the game's still there and still available. And one of my games that I downloaded was not there anymore. It wasn't on the PSN anymore. I couldn't re-download the game. So I lost the game. Now, some people might say, well, all you gotta do is switch out the hard drive, but I shouldn't have to do that. One. Secondly, what if I don't know? Which I did not. There's a lot of people who aren't tech savvy, okay? I'm one of them. But I shouldn't have to switch out the hard drive. I should be able to get what I paid for. So I lost the game, I lost my money, and all I have is the memories of that game. It's not good enough for me. With a physical copy, I get to keep my game along with my memories and make new memories with it, okay? Games like, actually Billy tweeted about this the other day, Scott Pilgrim. He was thinking about going and downloading the game. Well, guess what? It's not available anymore. Well, it's not available on any kind of physical media either, so now he will never get to enjoy that game. And not only him, anybody who wants to play that game now who never did, I never played it, will never get to enjoy that game. Now, there's a company out there called Limited Run Games, and what they do is they acquire rights to mass produce and sell these games. So at least somebody somewhere is doing something to try to keep physical copies alive. Now, there are instances where companies will release a game, download only, and then it did well, and then they'll release a physical copy of it. DuckTales is one of those examples. So things are kind of working in reverse to a degree. But what if they just decide, well, you know what, fuck it, we don't have to release this because people bought it? Well, you never get it. Scott Pilgrim, for instance. What if Limited Runs can't get the license to be able to, or the rights rather, to be able to distribute this game? Well, then you never get it. Limited Run Games is trying to keep physical media alive, so good job good job, guys. Thank you for that. I'll put some information down below in the description, website and all that other good stuff. But here's another thing that maybe people aren't thinking of. If you have nothing but digital copies of a game, one, again, you could lose them if you buy a new console, change consoles, whatever else. Secondly, justify being able to sell a used console, even though it has games on it. You can't be like, well, I have 40 games on here, so I think, this PS4 I need to get $700 out of. I'd be like, fuck you, I'm good. So what if I don't care about the games? What if I don't care about the trash that you're playing, okay? Just because you have a game on there, in my opinion, does not make that worth more money. I would not pay more money. Here's the other thing. Talking about reselling, you can't take a digital copy of a game and take it into GameStop or whoever and get credit for that game. You can't get store credit. You can't resell that game. The game, once it's downloaded, it's kind of worthless. You're not going to get any return on it. So you people who are out there just doing nothing but download, new game comes out. Oh, well, I got 72 games on my Xbox. Guess what? You can't trade them in. They're stuck there on your Xbox. So now if you want this other game that came out, maybe there's not a digital copy of it, you still got to go and you got to buy that game. At least if you have a physical copy, you can take that and turn it in and get something, some kind of discount on this other game that you're trying to purchase. Well, that's gone now. That's completely gone out of the way. Now, why are companies do this? Because we buy it. And I've said this time and time again, if you stop buying it, they'll stop doing it. But there's the problem. This video is not going to reach the 100 million gamers in this country alone, or more. It's not going to reach them people. So people are going to continue to buy these games, and companies are going to say, well, we're making more sales off digital than we are off physical. Let's just cut the physical. And one of my biggest issues with this is, if you're gonna cut the physical portion of the game, or both, whatever, if I'm gonna buy a game and you're not spending money on shipping, you're not spending money on producing it, burning it to Blu-ray, or the instructions, if it even comes to that anymore, the insert cover art, the case, the Blu-ray case that it comes in, all that kind of crap, I don't feel I should have to pay full price. Just saying. I mean, you're cutting all this, you're cutting cost, pass that savings on to the consumer. But that's not happening either. I don't know. We're headed to the future. It's gonna be, I don't wanna use the word epidemic, catastrophic failure, but I think we're going to the way of no more physical copies of games. Consoles are going to be, I mean, just a thing where you can download games and do nothing else with it. So now imagine, oh, your PlayStation, you can still watch Blu-rays, you can watch DVDs, you can listen to CDs on it, all that kind of crap. Take all that out now. Because if it doesn't have to be in there, why would they put it in there? It's going to cut costs for them, which is going to increase their profits. And that's what it is all about, increasing profits. However, like I said, the only way to stop this trend is to stop buying digital. And that's unfortunately probably never gonna happen. So when we get to an era where everything is completely digital, I think I'll probably stop buying current gen consoles, because it's just not the way I wanna roll. Eventually, it'll get to a point where I won't be able to play those games anymore. If I lose them, they get erased, my console breaks, whatever the case may be, and then that is just a ton of money just flushed down the toilet. And y'all know how cheap I am, so it's not happening. Anyways, that's my thought on physical versus download only stuff. Maybe you agree with me, maybe you don't. Maybe there's a point I didn't bring up. Put it down below, let's talk, let's discuss it, and let me know what you guys think.